I'm really out for blood this time. Look.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Go 14.
Here's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he will have the Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. The Broncos had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Blankenship out for the point after.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Broncos nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a
pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Go.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll find and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Quiddy Pay able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Looking to throw. Wilson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Steps away to his left. And now here is another interception. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
We're talking about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And my goodness, now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Colts.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, And he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Hines now on the return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Play action. It's Wilson. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school. Didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to those former level.
8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Stephen Carter as the first half is winding down. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions. Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive. To try again after the sack. Wilson. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 36 yards on the play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. 125 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they? They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything. Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion. Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field. Wilson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first. He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs. First and 10, Taylor now. Down to about the 23. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Wilson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. On first down, Wilson. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Wilson. He's got Fuller.
Wilson's pass complete to Will Fuller. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson.
Throw to the right. Caught.
And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Colts 45, Broncos nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Wilson.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. The margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked up by... The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
142 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They go play action with Wilson. That ball caught by Campbell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
60, Maverick. 60. On the ball.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Ready?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson.
Tries the right side, finding Woods here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. To throw is Wilson. And that's incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he is out of bounds here. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Wilson on the keeper, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, 62. Broncos nothing.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Indianapolis, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.